Hello all. Welcome back to today's lecture. Let me start with sharing the screen. Right. So in today's lecture, we are going to discuss the topic that is controlling the browser with the Selenium mode. Right. So before this, a quick recap of what we discussed in the previous class. So in the previous lecture, we discussed about the two projects. Right. That is the Google's feature that is I am feeling lucky. Right. Which you will find on the Google search engine. Right. So how that particular project works, we saw that we step by step divided that process into smaller programs, and we saw how it can be done, right? And the second program was to download the comic, right? The XKCD comic. So I don't know before this lecture, previous lecture, how many of you were aware, but I'm pretty sure now after this previous lecture, who have at least visited that comic site that is xkcd.com, right? So that comic is usually is pretty popular with respect to people who are interested in maths plus sarcasm plus romance, right, and language. So that comic deals with that. So we saw in the previous lecture a project which can help us to download all the XKCD comics, right? So talking about further in today's lecture, we are going to discuss about controlling the browser with the Selenium module. Right. So if you can recall from the initial lectures, we started off with this lecture discussing that we'll be taking further four modules. That is web browser module, request module, then the interesting module that is beautiful soap module, right, and then ultimately the Selenium module. So we have covered the previous modules, that is the web browser module, the requests module, and the beautiful soap module. Right. So in today's lecture, we'll be taking up an example to discuss this Selenium module. Right. So the task that we will be taking up here is to control the browser. Right. Controlling the browser using this Selenium module. So in order to understand that, we will again divide these things into sub parts, and we will understand step by step how we can control a particular browser, right, using this Selenium module. So first thing is starting the Selenium controlled browser. Right now, so you can use any particular browser, but for example, let's say we take a Firefox browser, right? So let's say we have to make use of a Firefox browser to start the Selenium controlled browser. So for that, you have to first make the program. You have to code your Python shell in such a way that you can have an access to the Firefox browser. You can open that Firefox browser, and then whatever control that you want to do, you can do it there. So for that, for example, you have to first import the web driver, right? The web driver from the Selenium, right? So from Selenium, import web driver. That's the simple instruction for making use of the web driver provided by the Selenium module. Right. So once we have that, we are going to create a variable that is browser, which will be useful to store all the returned object return values after opening that browser. Right. So uh, browser is equal to webdriver.firefox. Right. So in the type browser, we are going to give the class as selenium.webdriver.firefox.webdriver.webdriver. Right. So this is the instruction for that, and the browser, in the browser, when we open that browser, uh, basically we need to have a particular website to be opened, right? When we open a browser, we have to open some link or any particular file. So let's give that instruction, that is, let's open the http invent with python.com. Right. So this is just you can give any particular website. There is no specific rule as such, but you can give any link here which will be opened when you first execute this set of code here. Right. So let me show you how it looks like in the browser. So let's say this is the Python shell here, and when you write this code, this is something the output that you get. So you can see the Firefox browser is opened, and in that browser on the tab, You can see the website inventwithpython.com, right? So this is the first step that we have done to open the browser, right? That's the first step. That is starting a Selenium controlled browser, right? Okay. So next step is to have finding the elements on the page, right? Because we need to identify the important elements from that web page in order to control that web browser, right? So how do we do that? Finding elements, if you can recall from our previous lecture, we also discussed the finding elements from the page in the I am feeling lucky project, as well as the project to download the XKCD comics, right? So similar approach is what we are going to see here also. But let me show you a quick, a table which will give you important aspect of finding the elements on the page, right? So these are different method name which are used to return some object, right? So this is the Selenium's WebDriver methods. These methods are basically under the Selenium module, right? And they are all WebDriver methods for finding the element. As you can see, every method here, browser dot find element, right? Browser dot find element, and uh, in front of that, as you can see, the class name here, right? So elements that use this is the first one is the element by class name. As you can see, it is the name. So the elements that uses the CSS class name will be the returning object there, right? So this as and when as you can see, there are a lot of other method names, that is find element by CSS selector, by element by ID, right? And element by link text, then partial link text, then element by name, element by tag name, right, and so on. So these particular method names will return some values. That is, the CSS selector will return, of course, the element that match the CSS selector, and ID will match the ID attribute value as we have seen in the previous lecture, right, and so on. So these are the different method names, and what it will return when we execute this is what listed here, right. So furthermore, we have web element attributes and their methods, right? So web element attributes, we have seen the different web element attributes in the previous class also, but here again we have listed the different attributes and the methods. For example, the tag name. The tag name, uh, let's say such as A, right? A for an A element. So if you can recall, we used the href, uh, you know, tag in order to embed a particular link inside a text, right? Or in other words, to render a link uh, inside a text. So when you click on that text, you get directed to that particular site. So we have seen that example, right? When we discussed HTML. So in that we also used the tag called A, right? So the tag name, this is the tag name such as A with the element. Likewise, we have other attributes like get attributes name, the value for the other element's name attribute, the text, for example, that particular text, then clear, which clears the text which is typed into it. So and so on. For example, is selected, right? So for checkbox or radio button, this is used, that is whether that particular attribute is selected or not. So it returns true if that element is selected, otherwise it returns simply false. Right? So another attribute, interesting attribute, is the location. So a dictionary with keys X and Y for the position of the element in the page. So that will give the location of that attribute. Right. So let us go further and see what are the different aspects when we talk about this Selenium module. Right. So clicking the page, this is one important, very important control that we need to see whether we can click a particular page using the Selenium module. Right. So other thing remains the same. We import from Selenium. We import WebDriver, browser is equal to webdriver.firefox, right? And we import the browser link, the link which to be directed. Now clicking the page. Now, when we want to click a particular page, we should first identify the element, right? And we already found the element using the above tabs, right? These methods. So once we have these elements, we can use that element, for example, link element for a particular link, right? So browser dot find element by link text, right? This is just a variable name that is given, that is browser dot find element by link text, and in bracket read it online. Right? So now we have that element or the element in the page which has to be clicked, or we can enable click there. So link element dot click is the instruction for that, right? So now once we have identified the element which has to be clicked on the page, right? That is another, that's one type of a control, right? Next thing is to, let's say, fill out some details, like filling out an form or submitting that particular form, right? So this is nothing but we are trying to input something, right? We are trying to give some input, for example, our credentials, right? So your information, whatever you usually fill in your form, right? So those things, how can we input those fields using the Selenium, right? So the uh, previous instructions remains the same. That is, from Selenium import WebDriver. Browser is equal to WebDriver.firefox. This will open the Firefox browser. We give the link, that is gmail.com. We give the email element for the email address, right? So email lm browser dot find element by email, and ID is the email ID, right? So what we are doing is we are sending those values using another method called send keys. So these values are nothing but these are the important keys itself of the form, and the value will be that associated email address. So for example, the key value here will be for the element email will be the that particular email itself. So how do you going to put that into the instruction? Email lm dot send keys, not my real. This is just an email ID that we are trying to give. So right, you can give your own email ID there, right? And then we are going to find the element for the password and then enter the password as well. The password lm dot send keys, and inside that send keys method, we are going to pass the parameter which is nothing but our password itself, right? So this is about how to fill that form. Right now we have the details, all the details. Timing, we have taken only the email address and the password. These are our details, right? So once we have our details, let's say we have to submit the form. So submitting is also very simple. It is just a single line instruction, that password lm dot submit, right? So this line of code will not just fill out those details inside the form, but also submit it by end of the this last instruction, that is password lm dot submit. So these are the basic controls, right? These are the basic things what we usually do online, right? So apart from this, there are a lot of other things which you can combine together. You can use some interesting methods and functions to actually control the web page at very high level, right? These are very basic controls, like clicking on a particular text, right? Then navigating through a particular form and filling those details and submitting it, right? So these are very basic examples what we have seen. So as per your understanding, you can explore more, and you can try to create your own uh, automated program, Python program, using this Selenium module, which can do a lot of other things on the web page, right? So now once we have understood like how to submit those details, let us uh, go further and see how is it different to send the special keys, right? What do you mean by special keys? Is, let me show you. Like for example, these are some commonly used variables in the Selenium WebDriver, and some common keys here. For example, special keys are nothing but the navigation keys, that is, let's say, up, down, left, right, and then space bar or enter or some other keywords on the uh, keystrokes on your keyboard, that is home button, page up, page down, and so on, right? Delete, escape, tab, a lot of other keys. So these are the special keys, right? So what are the attributes here? Attributes will be simply keys dot down or keys dot up, keys dot left, keys dot right, right? So these are the simple way to define these keywords here. So as you can see the difference here, the in the keys the first letter is capital. K is capital followed by all the lowercase letter, and post the dot here, all the other words are in capital, right? So keys dot down, keys dot up, again capital, keys dot left, keys dot right, and so on. So we have enter, return, page down, page up, home, end, escape, backspace, delete, and all the function keys as well. So keys dot F1, keys dot F2, and so on till keys dot F12. And lastly, the key dot tab. So these are the attributes. These are the special keys that we have, and special keys are these down, right, left, and so on. And the attributes are the keys dot down, keys dot up, and so on. Now, I don't have to tell the meaning about these things, but just for the reference again. So these directions will give you the keyboard arrow keys, right? And these attributes are nothing but the enter and the return key. I think you are already aware, so don't have to explain much about this. Anyway, so hopefully now you understood that how basically you can control the overall web page, right? You can use these attributes to control the navigation of the web page. You can use the other variables which I've just shown you about, other elements, to fill out the details, the credentials, the passwords, if there is a form, right? And also submit that particular form, right? So this is all mostly that we all do, like when we go on to visit a particular site, we enter something, we try to search, hit enter, navigate up and down, right? So basic controlling is what we can achieve here using this Selenium module, right? So how to do about it? It is simple. Let me show you an example. Other things remains the same as usual, as I've said. From Selenium, import WebDriver. These are you have to do every time, right? And then since you are making use of the keys here, special keys, you have to import the Selenium WebDriver common dot keys, right? So import keys from that, and then once you have the browser opened and that particular site open, you can use any site, you can have the HTML elements to select that particular key and send those key as the input. For example, keys.end is scrolling to the bottom, keys.home is scrolling up to the top, right? And so on. So likewise, there are other examples which you can implement. So the area of application depends how you really want to explore these things, right? So once we have those special keys, now let us go further and explore more about clicking the browser buttons. Now, what do I mean by the browser buttons? Right. So browser buttons are nothing but the controls that you usually see on the upper top of a particular browser. You will have a refresh button, you will have a back and forward button, and maybe the closing window button, right? So these are the basic. Other than that, there are of course there are further modes like clearing the cache and so on. So it depends. There are different plugins as well. So and there are home button as well. So likewise, there are so many other things. But let us stick to very basic, very basic browser buttons. For example, back, forward, refresh, and quit. So in order to implement that, the everything remains the same what we have discussed so far, right? And the instruction is that is browser.back, which will go help you to go back to the previous page. Browser.forward, coming forward again to the current page. Then browser.refresh will refresh or reload the web page, right? And the button browser.quit will of course close the window. So these are the basic controls and basic operations that you can do uh, and can achieve using this Selenium module. So isn't it interesting, right? You can use this selenium to do a lot of other things, right? So the area of exploring the field of exploration is very vast. You can explore as much as you can. There are a lot of other things also, but I don't want to complicate those things with putting up more information, more data into your head. But this, at least you should understand these basic things and try to apply these things and create a kind of a small project or a program which can do these things automatically, right? So with this, I shall conclude today's lecture. So we'll meet uh, in the next lecture with the new topic. That's it.